responsibility. I believe, like her, that this notion will change boardroom dialogues, classroom discussions, and managerial mindsets. History suggests that those who take end-to-end responsibility might bear higher costs, but will gain in reputation. They'll want others to adopt the same high standards. Ultimately, I'm convinced that this mindset will become a normal course of doing business, costs will go down, and society will be much better off as a result. The Chinese character for crisis consists of two characters side by side. The first is a symbol for danger, the second, the symbol for opportunity. I like to think that our industry has grasped this crisis, and now we are cultivating the many opportunities we have in front of us. I thank the organizers of Tijuana Innovadora for creating the outstanding forum to discuss our opportunities, and I look forward to continuing the dialogue and our progress. Gracias.
Muchísimas gracias a la doctora Shimer y por supuesto va a ponerse sus audífonos en este momento para las preguntas de todos ustedes. Las chicas que traen los micrófonos, si hay alguna pregunta, por favor levanten su mano. Si es posible, nos pueden decir su nombre y de dónde vienen y después hacerle la pregunta a la doctora, si son tan amables. Si prendemos la luz, porque no veo, no veo bien. ¿Hay alguna pregunta de alguna persona aquí presente? En la parte de allá arriba, la señorita, el joven, ahí está. Ok, la pregunta.
Hi, my name is Eduardo Fregoso. I come from a manufacturing company in Tijuana. We have tried for several years to become a supplier for the maquiladora industry. And what we normally face is that decisions for purchasing are normally made in corporate offices. So how could we become a supplier for Welch Allen? We do injection molding and sewing.
Well, I know that our team here in Tijuana is looking for local suppliers. They're right up here in front. So, Pete, why don't you stand up? Would you see this gentleman later on and hand him your card and he'll talk to you?
Sure, thanks.
¿Otra pregunta? ¿Alguien más? ¿Cómo que no tienen dudas? Debe haber más preguntas. A ver, esos jóvenes emprendedores, estudiantes, los señores aquí presentes, ¿alguna otra pregunta? Se me prende la luz porque no veo que las… ¡Ay, ahora sí! Muchas manos levantadas. ¿Alguien más? ¿Some question? No. ¿Ya no hay preguntas? ¿Quedó clara? ¿Sí? ¿Les gustó la conferencia? Señora, adelante. El micrófono, por favor, si son tan amables. Ahí está, ahorita, aquí abajo también, perdón, ¿eh?
Hi, my name is René Romandia. I'm the plant manager for Motor Company, Motor Car Parts. We talk about sustainability here in Tijuana, and sometimes I think the governor has to help these companies that are 100% in favor of doing things green. I need to know what you think or what Welch Allen would like to have as a benefit in order for you not only to have the LED lights, but other water treatment plant and things like that.
Well, it's a good question. When we were looking into various options for sustainability initiatives for our new expansion in New York, we did work with our local utility company, and we worked with our local and state government to identify opportunities. And I will say we did get some help. We got a grant, for example, to go to RPI, which is a university in upstate New York, actually the one I graduated from, so that was kind of nice. And we had them do a lighting study for us, and they helped us do that daylight, create the daylight option, which has saved us a tremendous amount of energy. In fact, we increased our footprint by 55%, and we've increased our energy usage by 11%. So really, a really significant reduction in energy use as a result of some of those efforts. So I think all of us who make capital investments would like to see some support, either maybe some tax relief or support for those capital investments. But I think whether or not we have government help, we're trying to figure out ways that we can be a more sustainable company and create more sustainable products. I think the business results will follow from making good decisions about using energy, because energy costs money. So of course, I don't want to refuse government help. We always appreciate government help, and I think it helps particularly when you're making a large capital investment.
Thank you. Pueden hacer las preguntas en español, ¿eh? En el momento en el que quieran, la doctora se pone sus audífonos y por supuesto que sí pueden hacer todas las preguntas que quieran también en español, ella tiene traductor simultáneo.
I have a question. My name is Fernando Ortiz Barbachano,
Take off.
and I'm the president of Barbachano International. I have a simple question. What were some of the contributing factors that made you decide to start up a manufacturing site here in Tijuana, Mexico?
Thank you. That is such a great question. I'm so glad you asked. We were just talking about this in the car on the way over here, and the decision was actually made several years ago, actually before I became CEO of the company, but I was on the board of directors at the time, so I remember the discussion very well. And Welch Allyn was in the position where we needed to expand our manufacturing capacity, and we thought it unwise to do so in New York because we had quite a concentration of our manufacturing there. So we actually asked our global operations team to go out and do a study and identify a place where we could expand manufacturing, which would meet our requirements to have the infrastructure required to develop and manufacture medical devices, but also bring us some cost advantages. And that team literally went out and did a study of the world. I mean, I have to say, just sitting on the board, I thought they'd come back and say China. But they looked at China, they looked at Southeast Asia, they looked at Europe, they looked at Ireland, where we had a plant, to see whether it made sense to expand there. They looked in Eastern Europe, and they looked in Mexico. And they came back and they said, we think the best place to make this expansion is Mexico, because our market, the largest part of our market is in North America, so it gives us market access. And then we did an analysis of where in Mexico. And I have to say that probably the critical factor was actually other medical device companies that had their manufacturing sites in Tijuana that were very gracious to introduce us to the developers, to explain to us the process, to let us look at their facilities. We did a lot of benchmarking. And it was really, I would say at the end, it was the medical device community that was already here in Tijuana that offered their support for us to put our facility here. And as I said, we opened that facility in the end of 2006, and we had some financial objectives. You know, we wanted to see some growth in the revenue produced from the facility. We wanted to see some gross margin improvement as a result of having put it here in Mexico. And I will tell you now, almost 5 years later, we look back and we say we are 100% happy with our experience in Tijuana. I mean, we are 100% happy. There's really not been a downside. We have a wonderful group of employees. We have a tremendous management team. We have an excellent relationship with the other med tech companies. We have an excellent relationship with the government. We are just very happy we made this decision.
Muy bien, muy bien. Muchísimas gracias. Thank you very much, doctor. Una última pregunta. Adelante, señor.
Thank you for that, Julie. I'm Vice President of the Tijuana Economic Development Corporation, and I'd like to tape you on that statement alone.
You may tape me.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay. I'm probably being taped, so feel free to use it.
You're being taped, but you know, we'll tape you separately so that we can put you on one of our promotion videos. But Julie, more seriously now that you've become a member of our community, now that you've been with us for 5 years, now that you know the benefits of being in Tijuana, in your opinion, in the medical device industry, where should we be looking? Where should we be going and telling people, come, because you will find the best manufacturing environment in the world here? Thank you.
You're welcome. You know, here's what I would suggest. One of the main reasons we chose Tijuana was because of its proximity to our North American market. So if I were going to go out and do some economic development, if I were you and I were going to try to go out and do some economic development and identify people or companies that might want to put their operations here, I would identify companies that have either have a large footprint in North America or are trying to generate a big footprint in North America. So if a company is looking to expand their business in Asia, this is probably not the best choice for them. But if they're looking to expand their business in North America, I think that's the research I would do. That's where I would start. And of course, if you're looking for American companies, and I can speak about those probably better than the rest of the world, you know where the concentrations are. They're in upstate New York, they're in Massachusetts, they're in Indiana, they're in Minnesota, so you know where they are. But I think the key for us, the key that made this the right location for us, was that a significant percentage of our business is in North America.
Bueno, pues pido un fuerte aplauso para la doctora Julie Shimer. Thank you very much for everything. Thank you. We appreciate. Y bueno, invitándolos para que no se vayan, vamos a terminar ya con una última conferencia. Vamos a tener expositores con tema interesante también. Si gustan salir un ratito y regresar, sí, para dar comienzo con esta última conferencia del día de hoy. Muchísimas gracias. Continuamos.